Hi, in this video, I will be going over arc length with you. But before you watch this video, make sure you understand what is the definition of radians, okay? So in the previous video, we discussed how angles can be measured in radians, okay? So make sure you know what's the difference between angles in radians and angles in degrees. Because we'll need that knowledge to find arc length. Okay. Cool. So this what you guys see on the screen right now, the angle theta in radian, and that is equal to the arc length over radius. So in the previous video, we talked about, okay, if I have a circle and I start from here, let's say this is r, and I walk, say, a distance of r. The angle that I make here, that is gonna be 1 radian. This will be 1 radian. Okay, so we already talked about that in the previous video. But let's say together today we have instead of finding r, let's say today instead of all that, what I know is this. Okay, so let's say today. Let's pretend that we don't know how much we've walked, okay? But we know that we are making this 1 radian. Okay, we have this angle, but we don't know how much distance have we covered. Let's say let's call that L. Okay, the arc length L. I know my radius is r, and I know that my angle is 1 radian. So if I somehow, let's say my r in this case is 1, okay? So how far did I walk? Right, that's my L. How far did I walk? How long is this arc that I have here, so that I will make an angle of 1 radian? Okay, so we're kind of doing the reverse of what we discussed in the previous video. So in this case, I have 1 radian. This is 1 radian, and that is equal to my arc length. In this case is L, and my radius is 1. Let's say 1 cm maybe, right? So my L is just equal to 1, and that makes sense because that was the definition of that's the definition of radian, right? So I need to walk equal distance of a distance that is the same as my radius, so that I can make this 1 radian. Okay, so what does all this mean? I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can have more space. Okay, so which means if today I have a circle and I tell you that my radius is, say, 5, okay? Now, how much okay. And I tell you that, okay, so I start from here. I'm gonna walk, and I'm gonna stop there, all right? So, and I tell you that by doing so, I made, the angle that I have here is 2 radian. And I want you to find the distance. Let me change the color. This distance that I have just covered. In other words, my arc length. Okay, so how do I do that? So I know my angle. My angle is 2 radian. My 2 radian is equal to, so I don't know what my arc length is. So my arc length, let's say L. Okay, so I need to find that. My L is the unknown, the distance that I've just covered. And I know that my radius is 5. So there you go. My L is simply 10, maybe 10 cm long on 10 units long. So this expression here is very, very useful, as not only we can find that, not only it's defining what the angle in radian is, it also allows us to find the distance that we've covered, or in other words, the arc length, given that I know the radius or the angle and the angle that's being generated. Okay, so this is arc length. So a general formula would be this. Arc length is equal to r times your theta. Right, arc length is equal to r times theta. So if I multiply r here, if I multiply r there, I'll get arc length. Right. This should not be another. It shouldn't be another formula that you need to remember, because we should know the definition of radian, right, which is the ratio of your arc length and your radius. And if you know that, you should not have to remember this formula. But if you want to, when solving questions, that might be a bit faster. Okay. However, I'm going to write in pen. I'm going to write in red. The angle here has to be, okay, it must be in radian. It has to be in radian. Okay, I'm going to zoom in there because that's how important it is. If you apply this formula, the arc length is equal to r, which is the radius. That is the radius. This is your radius. All right, but the theta that you are going to multiply the radius with, that angle has to be in radian. If the angle is in degrees, it is not going to work. Okay, just keep that in mind. Alright, hope you guys find this video helpful. I'll see you in the next video, where I will be talking about area of sector. Bye bye.